wait. So the parents can get released tomorrow if there isn't a body found? Wait, what?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Rebecca and Jake Haro could literally walk tomorrow if they do not find Emmanuel's remains. Let me just say that again. The parents could actually walk as early as tomorrow out of the courthouse if they do not find Emmanuel's remains. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I did not stutter. That is some real stuff here, guys. This is insane. One thing I'm kind of curious about is I always thought that it would be kind of like the Harvey Montgomery situation, right? Where, you know, there wasn't any remains, but they were able to charge Adam Montgomery with some charges. But given the fact that they have not found Emmanuel at all, and of course we saw Jake give the cops a wild goose chase and all that, it does make you wonder what is actually going on here, and do they have enough? Does the DA have enough to really nail these two to the wall, right? So again, this is very interesting. Again, there's this video, and I want to play this for you guys as well. This is just something very interesting. Again, if they walk, this would be shocking. Let me just say this too. I don't think that this is going to happen. I think that they're going to have enough evidence, at least, for to keep them in jail, because obviously they have apparently substantial amount of red in the house. There, I'm sure we saw footage of them digging through trash cans and digging throughout their entire house to basically uncover evidence connecting to the disappearance of this baby boy. So again, for them to just sit there and possibly not have enough, I don't know. I think that there's enough to keep them locked up. But like I said, if they're literally sitting there saying, like, if there's no body, then there's no charge, that's insane to me. But let's take a look. And I just feel like police are not stopping at trying to find Emmanuel. They're going to continue, and they better go back to where Jake took them, because there's a possibility that that kid could very well be out there. But I digress. Let's take a look at this video.
And sit in jail accused of murdering the 7-month-old boy. But as KCAL's Joy Benedict reports, the remains, if they're not found soon, his parents may be released.
Another day of heartache in this Capizon community as strangers dropped off flowers and stuffed animals outside the home of Emmanuel Haro. The 7-month-old boy first reported kidnapped by his mother and now believed to be dead.
I feel like this is a huge tragedy, and I feel like that baby was failed.
Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, were both arrested at their home on Friday for murder. This after 8 days of searching for the infant. On Sunday, the search continued. The child's father, dressed in a jail uniform, joined law enforcement along the 60 freeway near Beaumont, searching for something.
Now, I'm telling you right now, I got to cut in and out here, of course, guys, but they better go back to that. They better go back to that area and start combing through the area. Maybe he was playing with them, but then maybe he wasn't playing with them. You never know. He might have been like, yo, the remains were sent here and now they're gone. That could very well be what happened. Because of nature, wildlife, etc. That could be it too. Or he may not remember exactly where he put the remains. That's also a possibility as well. I mean, people do some diabolical things and then forget about it later, right? So again, this is some very interesting stuff. They better go back. They better go back quickly.
Deputies say they were looking for a body, but none was found.
Kind of hard when neither one of them is speaking out.
Hopefully that gives them some leads and stuff like that, and they find the baby.
But as the search for Emmanuel continues, the clock on keeping the Haros behind bars is ticking.
From what's been released publicly, it doesn't look to me like the DA has enough to file by tomorrow.
Steve.
So he's saying there may not be enough. The DA may not have enough to keep them locked up, which is wild, okay? And he's saying what the public knows, what has been released to the public. And of course, obviously, when it comes to deep investigations like this, they're not exposing everything to the general public. They keep a lot of things close to the vest. So there may be a lot more information that we don't know about that's going to keep them locked up for sure. But like I said, there's just too much showing proof positive of wrongdoing and their involvement in the unaliving and the the getting rid of little Emmanuel's remains. Okay, man, if they walk, I'm telling you right now that their home is going to be. They're going to have a hard time sleeping. That's all I'm going to say. They're going to have a hard time living their life with people outside their home barking at them all day and all night.
Meister is a criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor.
They have something and they could be right, but they probably don't have enough yet.
He says the parents are likely being looked at and questioned separately. Rebecca first called 911 on the 14th, saying she was attacked and her son taken from their car at this sporting goods store parking lot. Jake Haro is currently on probation for a child abuse case involving another child by an ex-wife. Meister says that conviction may allow law enforcement to keep him in custody longer, but he appears to be cooperating.
What we do know is that Mr. Haro is in custody, and they can't force him to go out and look for a body. He's only going to get to that field one way, by volunteering to do it.
And even
now, that's some very interesting stuff, too. And that's the part I was waiting for that I wanted to share with you guys as well. Because, again, obviously, we are all side-eyeing him, thinking that maybe he's swindling or bamboozling or, trying to throw, trying to give the police a hard time. But he had to say something to inspire the police to get him to go outside and go out there and point an area out. So again, I don't know. A part of me feels like he's like, yeah, I'll show you where I think my wife buried the child or discarded his remains. So I'll take you over there, but that's as far as I can get you, buddy. I thought she put it here. My bad. So again, he had to have said something, right? For them to be like, oh, snap. Okay, come on. Let's get you in a squad car, drive you all the way over there for you to point at the area, right? So there's still that possibility as well. But again, I feel like he is trying to pin some of this on his wife. You got to remember his wife right now is still sticking to the story that I think that they both agreed upon. But I also think that he's diabolical and he's trying to change the narrative for himself so that she looks like she's crazy and that he looks like the hero. But that's another conversation in itself for sure. But this is some crazy stuff. I don't think that they're going to be able to I hope this is not true. Okay. I hope this is not accurate, but anything's possible.
Even if both parents are released with no charges filed, Meister says this case and the search for this little boy are both far from over.
That doesn't mean anything. It just means that a murder investigation goes forward. It can take a long time. It can take forever. There's no statute of limitations on murder.
The Riverside County District Attorney's Office tells me they received the case from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department today, and they are reviewing it to decide whether to file charges. Any charges must be filed by tomorrow morning, or the Haros will be released.
So they have till tomorrow morning, y'all, to get all of their ducks in a row to see if the courts are going to proceed with the charges against these two. And if they decide not to, by first thing tomorrow morning, they decide not to and they drop these charges, these two could walk. I'm telling you right now, that is absolutely insane if that was the case. And it looks sloppy. It's a bad look for the police. And they're hopefully very passionate and focused investigation, because you want to believe that they're getting all their ducks in a row, everything set up before they knock it all down so that there's no mistakes. And given the fact that they arrested these two and they still don't have enough, allegedly, to really lock them in or lock them up in this matter is absolutely shocking to me. You'd think that everything, like they have their stuff together, and it's just a one-time deal. But hey, we've seen these things happen, right? The Susan Morphew case, all right? Let's not forget, husband was arrested, then released, then he was arrested again just about a month or 2 or 3 ago. I mean, again, these things do happen. So again, this is some very, very interesting things, or this is a very, very interesting possibility. I hope that they have enough to lock them up. I mean, again, like I said, substantial amount of blood, etc., in the home. That's enough for me, at least, in my personal opinion. And he's right. What's being said out here to the public doesn't seem like, at least for him, to his knowledge, it seems like it's not enough. But maybe it is. Anything's possible. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. I will be on live tomorrow covering their court appearance, if there is actually going to be a court appearance. Actually, even if they walk, I will be talking about that. That's obviously huge news as well. But I'm keeping an eye on this, so definitely comment down below, hit that like button down below, crush that subscribe button, and we'll be talking here tomorrow. All right? Much love to you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.